Hey guys, it's Dev here, and welcome back to another episode of Road to Ark Survival Evolved here on the channel. And today we are actually talking about one of the largest things in Ark, and that is actually the dinosaurs. And we got a lot to cover in this episode, so without any further ado, let's hop into it. Alrighty, a few disclaimers before we actually hop into this. I will show all the dinosaurs on screen, in rows from the ArcPDA game page, which I will link down in the description because that's where I get all my information. But otherwise, I will not be including any dinosaurs that have not released yet, and I also will not be talking about the bosses that you see on the left. Alrighty, first off, we're going to be going through all of the dinosaurs, not in detail, but just the pictures of them. And on screen, you're seeing that right now. And if you need more time, just pause the video. I'll let each screenshot play for about 10 seconds, just so you have time to pause it if you need it, or you can just kind of skim through it. And actually, I'm only going to be breaking down about 12 of these dinosaurs and talking about them. And the ones I'm really talking about are just ones that are good starter dinos, and also ones to watch out for when you first start, and a couple of cool ones that I just added on. Alrighty, first off, my first dinosaur that I want to talk about is actually one that gets overlooked a lot, I think, and it's actually the dodo bird. So right off the bat, this is definitely the dinosaur you're going to want to go after and kill. Definitely not looking to tame this guy because he has pretty much zero benefits. So the dodo, even when you attack it, it tries to flee, but it's super slow. So it's definitely an easy target source when you don't have a ton of resources and good weapons yet. But this dodo will drop raw meat and hide is used for a couple of different things right off the bat, crafting wise, and definitely is a good item to have. And also, the raw meat will allow you to have something to eat after you cook it on your campfire. So let's hop into the second one. Up next is the Dilo. And this will probably be the first predator that you see in Ark Survival because they are very common around the map, as well as dodo birds are. I don't know if I mentioned that, but there you go. But these Dilos are actually perfect for taming when you're low level because they provide very good protection, but they can be kind of a pain because they do shoot a spit that will blind you and can eventually pretty much disable you, and they will kill you if you're not prepared and you don't have any weapons to take them out. So beware of that. But if you do get a pack of them, they can be very good for hunting stuff and collecting meat for you, and also for PvP right off the bat. So keep that in mind. Alrighty, we got the Itchy, which is actually the first water dinosaur that you will unlock a saddle for, and then you can ride. And this saddle will actually be unlocked at level 10, so that's super early. And the Itchies are actually the perfect one to tame because they are not actually predators in the water and are actually friendly towards you. So that's definitely good to have when most of the water is infested with very dangerous dinosaurs, a couple that I will be talking about later on. And one thing that you want to know about these itchies is that you're going to feed them raw fish to really get friends with them and tame them. And you don't actually have to knock them out, so that's really nice. But the itchy is actually perfect for water, and it's actually very quick swimming. And it's definitely one to tame right off the bat if you were going into the water for any reason. On to one of the fan favorites early game, or at least one of my favorites, is the Raptor. And the raptor actually unlocks its saddle super low level, 15, being one of the first actually useful carnivores that you can tame and actually use. And this raptor is actually perfect because you can find it on a lot of places around the map, and also the great speed that it has and melee damage are perfect for taking out other dinosaurs and also escaping some of the bigger predators such as your T-Rex or anything like that. So that's something to look out for, is the raptors. And also, if you do encounter one of these, you're probably just going to want to try and stand up and kill it because they have a great movement speed, so unless you get it stuck on something or you somehow find a way to get away, they will probably run you down before they run out of stamina and will take care of you in not such a nice way. And the raptor is actually a great endgame dinosaur, and you can find these to a super high level, and they actually have really good stats, and they will allow you to run down some of the other predators that are bigger in the game for PvP. And also, if you have a good assortment of them, they'll definitely be able to take down some of the larger predators and other dinosaurs that people may have tamed for PvP. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's get on to the next thing. Alrighty, the Triceratops, or trike as many people call it. This herbivore is actually perfect for gathering resources and being a pack animal because it does not get encumbered very easily just due to its huge size. And the Triceratops is actually very common around the map, so it's definitely one easy to find. And you also unlock the saddle at level 20, so it's definitely pretty early in the game, I would say. And this can be used, or the trike can be used to collect berries, and also thatch is pretty useful for, and it can also get things such as wood and actually flowers and mushrooms, but I wouldn't recommend harvesting those with the trike. And the trike can actually be a perfect animal for your defense because it does put up a huge fight once it is attacked, because it usually is a friendly dinosaur until you attack it, and then you will see its angry side, which is not a good one to be on the wrong end of. So that's it for the trike. Alrighty, the Pteranodon, which is actually the first flying dinosaur that you unlock a saddle for, and you actually unlock the saddle for the Pteranodon at level 35, but it is the first one to unlock, so I thought I would include it. My dinosaurs before this were kind of the starting game dinosaurs that you want to look out for and stuff. So I thought I would include it in this list just because it is the first flying dinosaur that you can tame. And the Pteranodon is actually very good because it has a high speed. It does have low stamina, which can be a pain just because then you gotta coast the whole way, but as long as you use it sparingly, it's not too bad. And it does actually provide a decent dinosaur for attacking things and stuff like that. But really, just use it from flight from A to B. And also, when taming this dinosaur, definitely watch out for it to land. And it'll definitely make it easier to land a few trank arrows and that stuff. So now we're actually moving away from the early game dinosaurs onto a few that I think are cool, and also a few of the predators that you want to watch out for. So let's move on to that. Alrighty, on to the predators, and not much to say about all these, but I will definitely cover the areas that you're going to find them, and that's pretty much it for at least the piranha, which is the first one. And this piranha you're going to find in pretty much any of the rivers and streams throughout the game. And also you can find them in some of the waters in between the mainland and islands. So definitely be on the lookout for them, because they are very aggressive and act like modern day piranhas. And definitely one to watch out for because they do run in packs mostly, and the group of 4 or 5 piranhas can definitely take care of you, especially if it's still early game for you, and definitely one to watch out for. So now moving on to the next one, and one of the kings of the ocean, I would say, is the Megalodon. So the Megalodon can pretty much be found in any deep waters around the mainland, and you won't find them in the rivers and streams, but you'll find other predators such as the piranhas, so watch out for those. And the Megalodon actually can be tamed at level 45. Well, that's when you unlock the saddle. You could tame it earlier, but not really a reason to without the saddle. But definitely a good one to have if you're transversing through the ocean often, or if you're going out to collect resources, because they'll be able to fight off any other creatures within the ocean. And be on the lookout for them whenever you go into the deep waters, because they are always around and, like I said before, very common around the map. So now moving on to one of the worst ones, I would say, is the Titan Boa. And the Titan Boa actually isn't like awful powerful and that stuff, but in the swamp it definitely adds on to some of the creatures, and it's probably the worst one to find there, just because it will knock you out, and after that you're just a sitting duck to be killed. So definitely look out for those, and just try and stay out of the swamp, I would say, as much as possible, especially early game until you're going in there maybe to tame some, because they're definitely a good predator to have on your team for PvP and that type of stuff. So now moving on to the last predator that I want to cover, and I think is the coolest predator out of the four that I mentioned, is actually the direwolf. And the direwolf moves in packs, so it's definitely one to watch out for. And to add on to this, you're in the winter biome, and most likely you're freezing, and your health is already down, and you can't move as fast as you normally can. And these direwolves can cover a ton of ground. They have a really good speed, and you can actually, one running into them, you can tame them, but they are hard to tame just because they run in packs, so you pretty much have to fight off all the pack but one and then tame the last one. So this direwolf actually can be found pretty much throughout any of the winter biomes, and you actually don't need a saddle to ride it, but taming it can be a big task, so definitely leave that towards the end of the game, or at least until you have a full set of fur armor to wear in the winter biome to save some of your warmth that you have. So that's pretty much wraps up the dinosaurs episode for Road to Ark Survival Evolved. So if you did go on to enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys have been killing it on this lately, so I just want to say thank you for that. And the channel has been seeing a lot of growth, so definitely. And if you have any questions on some of the dinosaurs I didn't cover in this, definitely leave them down in the comment section below. I'll definitely give you some feedback and that type of stuff. And if other people have questions, don't be afraid to answer them. Definitely helps out either way. So I just want to say thanks for watching once again, and keep up the support. It really means a lot and keeps me motivated to bring out this content. And definitely this channel will be a place to be for the latest news and content until Ark Survival actually releases. And even after that, keep tuned. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.